Okay, so we just got our final gym badge and we are headed to the Champion Cup and we are on the final route, which is Route 10. This is going to take us straight into the Pokemon League, what they call Champion Cup in this game. So we're gonna see how hard is it gonna be to get through this stuff here. Um, we've got a Mr. Mime here. This is wild, so we may catch some new wild Pokemon. We may not. I got the links out here to fight all the ice people off because it looks like we're in an ice area. I feel like I should catch an ice Pokemon here, so depending on how much health this Mr. Mime has, we'll go ahead and catch this. Because this could take a spot on our team instead of the Wailord. The Wailord is not. I don't have a real plan for the Wailord on our team right now. It's just there because it's big, it's tanky. You can use some rocky helmet hits and all that stuff, which used to be on my Phalanx. So we could use this Mr. Mime. So let's go ahead and try to catch it. And we may just insert this on our team here. I'm not sure what we're going to need against Leon specifically because Ice does not work well against Charizard. We know that much. Fighting does not work well against Charizard. We know that. To be honest, I know I don't know all of Leon's team. I can't remember, and that's good. I want to play it like halfway blind. So to be honest with you, I'm gonna say right here, the Dreadnought is probably gonna be our main guy for that fight there. Just because he has the water and rock, this is gonna be the Charizard knockout machine right here with Rock Tomb to take the speed and Liquidation to do the damage and knock down that defense. That's the plan we're going into it as far as the final battle of the game, and the rest are going to be great support Pokemon. Like I said, this Wailord probably needs to come off of the team, so we're going to take the Rocky Helmet from him, throw that in the bag, and then yeah, Mr. Mime, level 47. I kind of lost the, wait a second. Okay, so yeah, we're going to put the Mr. Mime in his spot, which is a 47 also, so that's fine. Um, I need to find a good item for him though. Let's check his moveset and see what he's got. So Mirror Coat counters any special attack, inflicting double the damage taken. We can put something into a deep sleep. That could be good. We got Sucker Punch here. Let's check his stats. So he has, oh, he can be mixed between special and physical attacks. He has low defense, and he cannot fall asleep. So he's just decent. He has ice, super effective on water types. So this is good. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with Mr. Mime or if we're gonna really train that thing. By the way, we'll just see. We'll take this Cubchoo as well because if we can get this evolved, this could be decent in the fight. Like I said, I noticed that these ice Pokemon are not gonna be good for fighting the Charizard. So it's funny that they're giving you these Pokemon, which would get roasted by Leon's signature Pokemon. Like they're trying to set you up a little bit. I notice they always save Ice Pokemon till later in most Pokemon games, even though they are very squishy usually on a defensive stance. Let's see what this doctor's going to have here. He will probably have water or ice Pokemon, and my wild card guess would be that he'd have a poison. And I was wrong. He has a fairy, which is weak to steel. We have a smart strike. This is a decent matchup because either one of us could knock each other out first. Yeah, so I figure if anything, the Gardevoir has more of a one-hit potential to me versus the other way around. However, since it's the NPC that's playing the Gardevoir, they chose to Calm Mind first, which does not make sense, and that's fine with me because we just need to move right on through you. So I guess they want you to play with Steel Pokemon here, which could be an issue. We don't really have Steel Pokemon on the team. Like I say, Dreadnought has our steel attack, smart strike. The Phalanx has the steel attack, so that's the best we've got is two different Pokemon with steel attacks and not actually a steel Pokemon. It may be good enough. We're gonna see, because you don't necessarily need to have a specific type on your team every single time. You only have 6 Pokemon that you can put on your team. So varying up the move set so that way you have multiple types of attack is literally one of the best things you can do to make sure you can get through most of the game. And even when you're battling against other players, that is literally one of the best things you can do. So this is a Steelix. We're gonna go one no retreat. Hopefully the Steelix I don't think can do anything to take me out with one hit. Oh, and it lays the curse on itself, yeah, because it's steel type, so it's a different type of curse. We don't want him to do anything else crazy like that again, so let's go ahead and try to start putting some damage on him before he starts building up his defense too much. Yeah, because he's going for another curse. So this can get bad where we're gonna have a hard time walling him. Well, he's trying to wall us technically. Let's go ahead and hit another reversal, which might do the exact same damage. Thanks to the hail, and he Iron Tails me, but he's still slower than me. My Phalanx is still alive. And the Phalanx is going to pass here. We're going to lose our Phalanx because we're going to go for this reversal, going to get knocked out by the hill. And it's worth it though. Wait, go ahead and get the experience from that first, and then it will knock itself out. So he did his job there. Good job. So easiest thing we could bring in is probably a Gastrodon. Because Ice isn't going to really do much against the Gastrodon. And I figured they were gonna have something weak to ground type just because his first Pokemon did. So high horsepower, very damaging attack. And then we could finish this off by we could hit a Muddy Water, but it looks like the Earth Power might just do it. Yeah, figured the Earth Power would just do it. Very simple. Muddy Water, I'm so scared with Muddy Water sometimes because of the accuracy of it. Seems to work out fine there. And we've taken out the Hiker. Alright, so we got some more ice Pokemon here. And the difference with this game versus some of the other Pokemon games, since your whole team gets all the experience, like a lot of the newer ones, you do want to keep most of your Pokemon alive, even if they're not going to fight, because basically you're missing experience on that Pokemon if it's knocked out. So you can't really afford to have a Pokemon knocked out. I really should have went for the Abomasnow here, because I don't want to use too many potions going up this mountain, but a first impression does super effective damage. So let's just see if that's a KO. Okay, cool. So we could farm those Mr. Mimes for experience. We could farm Mr. Mimes for experience. Let's take the Abomasnow, and we'll see if it has a moveset that I may prefer to use. But like once again, all these Pokemon, they get absolutely roasted by Leon's Charizard, so very interesting here. Let's go ahead. Oh, this is level 55 also. So we would definitely throw this on our team if we can knock it out. Or okay, use next Pokemon. Well, we don't want to use Ice technically. We'll do this. This is a smart play here. Even though they could have a grass attack, unfortunately, yeah. So is it smart? Is it not? You know? Let's just go ahead and liquidate and see what this does. Alright, cool. We want to leave it in knockout range. He planted his root, so he's going to get some of his health back. And that's unfortunate. Let's just see if we can hurry up and catch this thing. Wow, we got lucky. I felt like most of the game my catches were so bad. Like the catch rates. Everything was popping out of balls and they had low health. It was ridiculous. It was very frustrating throughout the whole playthrough. It's the reason why some Pokemon I did not capture going through. They were causing much difficulty going through here. And so yeah, that's gonna boot off the Mr. Mime. We just need one ice type. And let's see. So the attack is good here. We could do some special. Okay. So the only thing I would say is probably take off the ingrain. When we get to a Pokemon Center, take off the ingrain, put something else there. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use another revive on my Phalanx. What we'll do, since Phalanx is getting KO'd a decent amount, even though it's an amazing Pokemon in this environment, it's technically we're gonna go ahead and swap here, so that way the Smart Strike on the Dreadnought is our primary attack for knocking out Pokemon in this area. Um, let's see what this trainer has here. Alright, office worker Ronald. And okay, he's got I like this Pokemon is just super fragile. A lot of attack damage. But yeah, very fragile Pokemon. And the Rock Tomb is just gonna decimate the Weavile when we hit it. They use the Hone Claws, which they're being nice to me. And yeah, the Rock Tomb is just gonna be devastating. So that is a knockout on that. And we finally get our Brave Bird. Finally get our Brave Bird, which is amazing. Alright, great. Brave Bird on our Corviknight. So he's ready to do a ton of damage here. Claydol, I actually forgot what works well against the Claydol, but it looks like it's Psychic, so we're gonna go ahead and Jaw Lock, which is gonna do a lot of damage. And that's actually a one-hit KO. Yeah, so Dreadnought putting in work, right? This is such a great story Pokemon. Like if you need to get through the story in Pokemon Sword and Shield, Dreadnought is one of the Pokemon that is new and exclusive to this game. So highly recommended you get that Pokemon very early in the game. Even before you get to the first gym, you're able to catch one. And this Pokemon stayed on my team the entire time. It has so much utility for fighting many different battles throughout the game because it's really just weak to grass. Very weak to grass, and you're not going to run into a lot of grass in this game. So let's just make sure our speed's good. So the Rock Tomb, what it does when it hits, it's a good way to test if you're faster than the Pokemon. If you're not, you're probably going to be faster than the Pokemon so that you can go first on your next turn. And then so here we're going to go ahead and do Liquidation, because that's just going to do a lot of damage because it's the same type as the Dreadnought, which is water type. Gastrodon. Now the only thing I would make a change to on the Dreadnought is if I could fit in an Ice Fang. I think it can learn Ice Fang. I would put in an Ice Fang on here, and unfortunately I may have to get rid of Steel Strike to do so because you can't get rid of Jaw Lock. That's a very unique move to the Pokemon. Can't get rid of Rock Tomb, that does too much damage. Smart Strike is it doesn't have to be there. It was just some flavor that I put onto the Pokemon here. So we're going to go ahead and Liquidate again because this could get us a defense drop. And, well, then we also have the weakness to ground because there's a rock type. And the Flygon had the speed there, so it did get... And I can't remember, I believe Flygon is actually a dragon type. So I messed up here choosing this. I didn't mean to choose this. This would be a good time to have the Abomasnow on the field. However, I didn't know if I had enough health to take an attack from the Flygon, to be honest. Kind of a dangerous Pokemon. And I'm suspecting maybe Leon's going to have one of those too. I just can't remember. Okay, close combat. Oh boy. See, now did we take anything off of the team here? Close combat is such a damaging attack. And the question is, does close combat potentially just do more damage than the reversal? I'm going to say it probably does when you add up all the stuff. We can still go with the no retreat until it's time to close combat near the end. it may be the same thing. So let's go ahead and take close combat. I feel like if we pass up this move, it would make no sense at all. We're losing one of the strongest moves that Phalanx could learn and has high one-hit KO potential. That's supposed to be use this to knock out the Pokemon so that way you can move on. So my lead Pokemon keep getting knocked out. I gotta figure out a way to at least save them because now I'm burning through revives and as you know, we're about to go through literally the most challenging battle and one of the most challenging battles in the game. Close combat could help in this situation though, because um, now that Phalanx has close combat, we could kind of one-shot maybe some of the trainer battles here without any issues. We're wearing a black belt also that enhances the attack of fighting type moves. So should make our close combat be a one-hit knockout. Um, but then unfortunately they got flying and water here. Ice would do very good against Pelipper on this in this situation. Rocks work well too. So since rocks work well, we're gonna bring back out our boy. He's our only rock Pokemon, which you probably don't want to dedicate too much space to rock Pokemon. They have so many weaknesses. But having something that knows some rock stuff, yeah, there we go, not very effective. It's useful to have at least 1 to 2 Pokemon that have rock moves. Well, why is he still alive there? So he's got the Tailwind. We're gonna go ahead and Smart Strike here. There we go. And we're still faster even though he did the Tailwind just because that Rock Tomb so good in helping to control the speed, help your Dreadnought get out their attacks first. And then of course we know we're just gonna Rock Tomb this again. You'll see. So he's faster, so this is perfect. We need to hit this Noctowl with a Rock Tomb because this Noctowl's faster than us and it may be able to control us. But like I said, it's so it's a critical hit. Bad move is so damaging on the Dreadnought. You'd be surprised. You think you're gonna be able to fight another turn, and the Pokemon just gets KO'd. It's crazy. So that's a little thing for you there. Is if you let's see what's over here. I don't really want to fight a lot of wild Pokemon. I don't feel like I need to grind any levels here from them. Let's continue. I'm just checking the grass here. Alright, so we do have that area here where we'll probably cook some food at that guy's camp. But I feel like we can go ahead and fight this. Now watch this. Unfortunately, I think a close combat is just going to kill the bear because ice Pokemon are known to be pretty fragile until like the latest gen that has come out, which is we can Smart Strike it to see if it will stay alive. This is a 55 though. Yeah, he's hitting hard. I shouldn't have gone so easy on him. Alright, so let's just see. We're gonna try to catch it because since the weaknesses are lower than the Abomasnow, it could be a possible replacement. Let's close combat and see what happens. I think this will just straight knock out. Yeah, the Lynx is too powerful. I know that it would knock out. Okay. Either way. Good. So we're gonna go ahead and get to this camp here. Is he gonna let me? Okay, I'm talking to him, but I think I just need to go to his camp. Yeah. Alright, so you want to use these camps as like small chances to like Pokemon center your stuff. I don't care too much which ingredients I put in it. I just go ahead and drop in whatever I have. That's a Lumberry too. I don't even think I should be using a Lumberry in my soup. That's a very good combat berry to use. However, we're just gonna do this for right now. And we're gonna go ahead and fan the flames. And this reminds me of like a mini game from like Mario Party or something. Just the way they show the controls that you have to press and stuff like that. Alright, so I actually don't know what I'm supposed to do there other than just tapping A. I don't know if there's a specific thing you're supposed to do. You want it at a certain height. I'm sure there's some optimal ways to do this. Just like with the stirring, I don't know if that's the right tempo you're supposed to be stirring, or should you be trying to stir very fast. I don't know what to do there either. Guessing you're waiting until it gets to a certain sweet spot. If anyone knows how to actually do cooking, because I'm never going to look up a cooking guide, that is not that important in this game to me. I have used it a few times just for utility as getting some health back. And it's worked so far. It's revived some Pokemon that have been knocked out before as well. And just as you can see here, everybody's happy. Um, Getting a lot of experience points. We got some friendly ship. They got PP restore, status conditions heal, HP. So it looks like they got everything out of that. And then look, we'll show the experience. Alright, so it looks like they got everything out of it. If they're getting PP restored from me cooking, I obviously knew what I was doing without knowing what I was doing. So that's why I don't even care too much to look up like any cooking guides to find out if I'm doing things the most optimal way or anything like that. Okay, so now we're here. We got Hiker Donald. And he sends out Gigalith. A lot of weaknesses on a Gigalith. If you just want to hope that it doesn't have Sturdy, but I think, does Hail do anything? Oh, he's changing the Sandstream here. So he's changing the weather. To play it safe, we probably don't want to close combat because he may live more than one turn, whether we want him to or not. And it does Stuff Rock, so it's just easy KO here on this Pokemon. We're definitely going to have to increase the PP for close combat. The max you can get it to is 8 with items. Just because having 5 just seems too much of a risk. You're going to run out of close combats within a fight. Having 8 is going to make you feel much safer. So ground Pokemon. We're going to go no retreat and boost stats so we can go for a more guaranteed one hit. And we're going to go for one more. Because we want to make sure the close combat actually knocks them out. Did it say it failed? Okay. Well, we'll just go yellow because it looks like we're going to get knocked out in the next turn regardless. So just go ahead and close combat either way. Super effective. It's probably overkill. But I'm tired of my Falinks getting KO, so that's why I wanted to make sure. Alright, so Hiker Donald's out. We'll move forward. And we're going to have to do some more healing on the Falinks. I like the way the new Pokemon has it where you just push a button to heal. That is crazy. And I wasted an energy root there. I restored 120 HP when there wasn't even that amount to restore. I mean, I could have used 2 super potions to just get 100, and I think that would have been way better. However, Gentle McGillen's up, and he's got a fighting ice Pokemon, and this is just the version of their Darmanitan that is completely iced. We'll get one no retreat in. Jeez, he's so powerful with that attack there. We want to try to do this to make sure our speed's high enough to sweep the team, so that's why we're no retreating. Let's just pray it is. And now you see I only have 3 close combats left, which is just enough to one-shot the rest of this team here, if possible. Hopefully he does have ice. Gastrodon grew to level 50, which is, he's been one of the most important members of the team. And he has a full link, so we're going to go fighting against fighting. So not a super effective attack, but I should have the speed, right? There we go. I was about to say, how would I not have the speed against this? I've already buffed. I have a higher level. I have EVs on my Pokemon just a little bit. Alright, and then what we have next, a Grapple Oct, which is another fighting type Pokemon. So they're throwing in some wrenches here, and I should be good. I should be good. This doesn't have high defense at all from what I remember. That's that. However, our PP needs to be restored again, and I'm not going back to the camp to cook. So, this is a double battle coming up next, and we're going to use Dreadnought and Phalanx. They seem to be the two that have the best moves to handle this area. Seeing that they have steel, we have fighting. Yeah, that's really all you're going to need. And then we got Ether, which is going to... Honestly, I could have did like a max elixir or something. So what else do we have here? I notice I don't have anything that says PP up here. But that was because we were in the restore option. We didn't check and see if there's any PP up. Do have one. Close combat. Alright, so I'll go ahead and put, I need something here. Terrain extender. I think that's cool. Give that to Abomasnow because I know he starts out with snow warning, I believe, which will give us hail as soon as it jumps into the match. Yeah, so alright. Probably not the best item to put on him, but I don't feel like thinking right now. Let's get into this double battle. I love the cameraman and camerawoman double battles, which actually, first time I remember that is really in Pokemon Emerald. Alright. So we got Steel Pokemon here. Steel type Pokemon, which means fighting type attacks are going to work great against this. We're going to go ahead and hit the Klinklang with that. And then we're just going to liquidate the Heliolisk. I don't think the Heliolisk has a lot of... Jeez. Forget that it can Thunder me. So that was very embarrassing. Alright, close combat. Should take that out. Now the Heliolisk, I'm not sure it has anything that can one-shot the links here, but we will see. So my ace, my guy that's just been super reliable the entire game, my Gastrodon. Gonna bring him out, so there's good. I just got certain Pokemon on my team that are very reliable for many situations. And here, we're gonna go ahead and do that and Earth Power this thing here. Thunder again, but he uses on the Phalanx. Oh, his damage is... Oh wait, I did close combat, so I did make myself weak. Alright, Togedemaru is not very much a threat at all. So I'm gonna miss experience on two of my Pokemon here. Like I said, your KO Pokemons get KO'd here. That's the bad thing. They are gonna miss the experience that they would have normally gotten. That changes the whole dynamics of this game here, because you don't want to miss any experience. So they're using Steel, so definitely don't wanna. Well, that's a Fairy type. I'm actually not really set up to battle a lot of different Steel types with this team. I just noticed that. Except I do have ground attacks from the Gastrodon. Okay. So we got two birds here. I feel like Gastrodon can take care of the... Let's just make sure the Noivern doesn't go crazy, because I don't think he's going to knock out. Every time I say that, something gets knocked out, but Super Fang, halving my HP. They're really working on that Gastrodon there. Earth Power, yeah, that's special attack, so that should take out the Togedemaru. I think that's a highly defensive Pokemon, not really high on special defense stats. Alright, and then he wants to learn Sheer Cold. I don't feel like we need to do that. It's a very risky move that does not seem like it needs to go onto the Abomasnow. And now we got a Noivern in the air. We go ahead and Brave Bird here. And we'll we're gonna body slam because I feel like Muddy Water is very risky at this point. Hopefully we can survive an attack. And it avoids the attack. That's exactly what we needed. Ooh, the Brave Bird hits very hard. Very hard. Thank you, Corviknight. Thank you, Corviknight. Alright, great. Corviknight not the best Pokemon to use in this area where there's a lot of ice types that can knock out flying types. But it tended to work out for us there. Looks like we're getting to the top of the mountain, and yep, that's going to be the end of Route 10. So if you want to catch the next video where we're actually going to be playing through the Champion Cup slash the Pokemon League and Pokemon Sword and Shield, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can watch how that goes. Send me some tips for the league, and if you have some recommendations on a Pokemon that I can insert on my team instead of Abomasnow, I'll be glad to hear that from you. Thanks for watching.